Hi, this is the second part of the tutorial, so it will always the weather station. So we will start to do the digital thermometer. As you remember, we have did the normal thermometer, as you can see here, and now we will do the version digital. I just have a small refactoring here. I just put the method weather. It return unobservable. And to remember you, when you subscribe, it will be indirect in the HTML. So it means when I have display the component, it will subscribe, and when I destroy the component, it will be unsubscribe. How is it possible? By the async pipe here. So this is magical, but this is really good. Also, you can control by the old way. I mean, you can subscribe and don't forget to unsubscribe. So you can see the first part of the tutorial. So now we will focus just to do the digital thermometer. The digital will be like this, so we can start. When you do some design, you must analyze the picture. So you have a border here, you have a frame inside, and after you have an icon on the left. Also you have the digital on 2 columns, and on the second column you have 2 rows, one for the type and after another text. So as you can see, it's the same disposition below. So we will do exactly the same here. Okay, let me introduce what I've did with the CSS here. You have the external color here, so it will be exactly the color outside. You have the meteor, it will be the div outside, and it will be a display flex with the justify content center. I have do some shadow because this is really important for some image. If you want to give some more realistic things, it's the shadow. It's the same when you draw. If there is no shadow, it will seem flat and without life, but it's really important. But it can be the goal if you want to be in a flat design, so it can be possible also, but this is not the way here. So I put just a box shadow, but if you see there is an inset, so it means that there is also a shadow inset. So it gives, you know, this nice impression for the border here. Also, we need exactly the same for the inside. We need also a shadow. If you don't put inset for the box inside, you will see it will be outside the shadow, but we won't do that inside, so we want that inside. It's exactly what we need. Okay, and also I give a padding here, so I will just exaggerate so you can see better what is the padding here. So this is the white part. I take some value with the paint. So how I do that, I will show you here. So we have the image. I just copy the image here and I go to the paint. Okay, when you are in the paint, you just take the pipette just to see which color is it, and you can go to modify the color. You can use RGB to X to have some value. It's exactly what I did here. Okay, but what it gives life here, it's really the shadow. I must insist about that. Okay, the next things that we can do is to find some icons. So the first icon will be for the temperature, and the other icon will be for the rain. So as you can see, it's to meaning yeah, the pressure here. So what we have here. So I will do that now. Okay, I find this icon. This seems really good, and I put the SVG here. So why I do that? Just to control. So we have the class here. So you can put in an external file also, of course. This is possible. Okay, what we need to adjust is the position of this element. So we will try to do almost the same than we have on the image here. I'm satisfied with a margin top of 20, so I will do exactly that on the icon here. We can do the same for the water and for the head, so we will do that. So when you search an image, always search something in the same style, like here, and I have put the same margin top at the same wide and height to have the same design. So this seems really good. So we are in a good way here. After, we can see two heads for the smiley icon. So I find this emoji here, it seems good. I put the 8 of 30, and the class is there on a div. We will position that correctly. I must do the same when it seems angry. Because I'm using the same parameter, I have renamed the class emoji icon, and after I have put the switchy. I have removed what I don't need. For example, if you have a lot of GA, so you can remove that because you don't need it. You can clean a little bit your SVG, of course. Okay, we can continue. Okay, I have just adjusted the font. I don't have a digital font, so I will just put this one, but maybe I will change it a little bit. And I can just adjust the element to the correct place, so I will do that now. What I can recommend to you, when you don't know, you can do a right click, inspect, and after you have the tool that you can see here, you can move in the DOM, and after you can see every element and you can manipulate it that directly. So I will do that. I will change some parameter. To have the same position, I will put a white for the deck here, for the column that you can see here. Okay, we can continue. Okay, I have create a property for the smile, for the icon. I put the position also. So how I do that, I just create a class emojis, and I just put the flex end with the display flex. And if we just, for example, put now that to false, we'll see that it will be a set now. So this is exactly what we need. If we have some value, we can do some detection about that. Okay, seems really good. Okay, I think for the design we are really good. I just put a margin here and put some adjustment for the padding. If you see the 80, it will be on the top, and the 40 and the 40, it will be on the right and the left to make some adjustment to be really correct here. So seems really good. Now we must plug that with the data that we have from the service. As you can see, I have a plug to the button, the variable. When we do that, we will see the thermometer here. I will just display the raw data just to see if we have something. Okay, when I don't know, I just put the variable with the pipe JSON to see if the data is correct. As you can see, it's correct. And after, we can pass the real data here. So I take the thermal with the temperature here, so we can see here. Okay, we are missing for the water pressure here, so it will be something that we can add here. Sorry, I'm just confused. So it's a humidity percentage, so we will just adjust that. So I will random a number to be correct here. Okay, I just add to the model of the weather the percentage of humidity, and we can also adjust the weather station with the percentage humidity. So I create a local variable that I will pass here, and we can see after the result. Okay, I have put the percentage of humidity that I've had it, so it seems good. And you can see what we have changed here. It's a little bit fast, so I will change the value maybe more than 1 second. Okay, I do some adjustment. So I remove the smile that we have in input because it will be checked with this method. It will return true or false. So if the humidity is between 40 and 70, it's great. If it's outside, it's not good. So we have put the condition, and I display with the method with the ngIf here, and I pass the variable here. I do exactly the same for the opposite smiley, and it will be with the invert conditions, so don't forget the invert here. Okay, we can try that. Okay, you see that it seems not good, but if you have 54, it seems good. Okay, so it seems working. We have almost done. I just want to see for the decimal that you can see here, because there is no decimal. And maybe we can put the date also, it can be nice. Okay, we can see for that. Okay, I do some adjustment. I have in the weather station put some random value, but without rounding for the number. So it will give me a number with decimal. After, to display that better, I will just use the pipe with the number 100 to mean that it's without a decimal. After, I have create another method to pass the value that we have. I do an absolute value of this thing to remove the minus, and modulo 10 to have one decimal just after the comma. And when we run the application, we have that. Seems really good, because you can see we have some degree, and after one decimal just after. Okay, what we need now, it's to do some adjustment for the date here, and after we are good for the digital version. As you can see, we have subscribed to data, we have a format the data, and we display that in a nice layer here. Okay, something really important for the date. I must create a new date, because if you use the same reference for the variable, there is nothing change when the observable is emit for this value, so it will be not change. So now, as you can see, it will change the value automatically, as you can see here. So we increase the date. To do something more nicer, I have just put some class on the date, and after you can see, we can see the date here. So I will just remove on the top what we don't need about the information, because now the digital information seems really good. Okay, we can see the digital thermometer is there. As you can see, it seems in a really good shape, so I will just move it a little bit so you can see better the result here. So this is for the first. As you can see, it's really good. We will just finish with the other normal thermometer to do a nice look and feel for the first. Okay, I have do some adjustments. With the calc temp percentage, it can calculate the flex basis for the mercury who is moving. So I explain, we have minus 50 degree and plus 50 degree. What I do a shift of 10, because there is just alignment inside the thermometer. After, I take the absolute value minus, so we take the 50 minus that and the shift, and we have the position if it's a negative. So it means that we remove the half of the part. If it's the opposite direction, if it's positive, we will take 50 minus 10 for the shift, and we add the temperature. For the animation, I've put just on the Mercury fill the transition all, so you can do also for the other browser with the other directive for the transition, but the tutorial must be simple here. And we put by default the flex basis 0. Remember, there was 3 seconds of delay for the interval, so we delay of 3 seconds, so we can do an animation of 2 seconds. It seems really good. So we can see what we have in action here. So as you can see, every day we are changing the Mercury, and you have the animation here on the thermometer. Seems really good. Okay, we have finished the tutorial. So as you can see, we have designed the 2 thermometer, and we have the value that we have from the observable, because we have 2 observers that subscribe to this observable. So you can see better the concept, and you can see also how to animate also some CSS with the animation transition. And also you have a scene for the digital thermometer, how it works also with this nice design that we have did. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and I wish you a pleasant day of evening. Thank you to follow me. Bye.